Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with the 3-minute daily dose of Torah. We left you yesterday with the statement there on Chashochan that most halachic decisors believe that counting the Omer these days, when there is no Beis Hamikdash, is only rabbinic. It's only rabbinic because we are not bringing the barley offering, and we're not going to be bringing the 2 loaves of bread. And the mitzvah was to count from that agricultural and religious rite to the other agricultural and religious rite. Nonetheless, so what is it about? So is it a zecher? One could simply say it's zecher lemikdash. It is a commemoration of what happened in the Beis Hamikdash. We do other things, zecher lemikdash. I'll read you though how he continues later on here in this paragraph. Uvahagada, and in Agadic rabbinic tradition, Amru, they said. B'sha'ah she'amar lahem Moshe, at the time when Moshe said to them, Tavduna Elokim al hahar hazeh, which means he's quoting what God said to him at the burning bush, that you will, at some point, I'm going to take you out of Egypt, and you will all serve me, worship me on this mountain, namely Mount Sinai. Amru lo Yisrael, the people of Israel said to Moshe, Moshe Rabbeinu, Ema Taibodazo. When is this? When will this happen? Amar lahem. So apparently Moshe quotes it not when he first visits the people of Israel when he arrives in Egypt that first time, but rather he is part of what he says to them as they're preparing to depart Egypt. And he says our intention is to make our way to Mount Sinai to worship God. And so he said, tell us, how long will it be? Amar lahem l'sof nun yom. He said to them, it'll be at the end of 50 days, or actually on the 50th day. V'hayumonim kol echad ve'echad le'atzmo. And everybody was counting as on the departure from Egypt. Everyone was keeping account for himself to their arrival at Mount Sinai. Mikan kabu chachamim l'sfirat ha'omer. And it's from here that the sages established the Sfirat HaOmer. Now, what does it mean? How do you mean the sages established Sfirat HaOmer? The Torah established Sfirat HaOmer, and so he says, no, that's the point. Klomar Bisman Hazeh, they mean to say that we should continue to do it in our times. In our times we count Sfirat HaOmer, and maybe we just said it's a commemoration of what happened in the Beis Hamikdash. That's version number 1. Camera, number 1. Version number 2 is that we continue to do a count, and we are considering instead from the Exodus to the giving of the Torah. That's also the count, and of course they overlay the agricultural mitzvahs of the Beis Hamikdash and the historical components here. She'ein anu mevin karban. We don't bring the karban or the omer. Right? Al mechashvin nun yom the simchat haTorah. We're counting the 50 days to arrive at the 50th day to the rejoicing of the Torah, K'moshemanu Yisrael Botozman, as Israel had done in those days. Wishing you all a Hamoed, and we'll talk again tomorrow.